What's up, everybody? Great to talk to you. Welcome to the Tomatorito Boxing Show. And unfortunately, we were unable to have the big fight that was long awaited, that we're still clamoring to see. And this is in women's boxing. The fight that was supposed to happen this past weekend was postponed, as were many soccer events and sporting events, not just in England, but across the UK and many other parts of Europe. Which postponed their events, canceled their events, and this one has a provisional date of being moved to October 15th. And of course, I'm talking about Claressa Shields and Savannah Marshall, due to the passing of Queen Elizabeth II. Out of respect to her passing, to her death, they have postponed many events, many sporting events. And of course, this was one of the events that was going to be hosted out there at the O2 Arena in London. And it ends up getting canceled / postponed. The provisional date seems to be October 15th. And October 15th, as it is, seems to be a huge weekend of boxing. This will be something else to add on to the mix, where we're already looking for Lomachenko, Jermaine Ortiz to be fighting on that weekend. PBC is going to be putting on the Deontay Wilder, Robert Helenius, the return of Deontay Wilder. And then the following day, we should be catching from Australia, Devin Haney, the rematch between Devin Haney and George Kambosos for all the titles at 135. So that's going to be a really entertaining week. This is a fight that I've been long waiting for between Claressa Shields and Savannah Marshall, because Savannah Marshall brought it to fruition, and Claressa Shields finally gave way, and she's like, all right, I'm going to go ahead and put an end to this. So of course, this is all dating back to the victory that Marshall had over Shields in the amateurs. And Claressa Shields has skyrocketed to the top of pretty much every division that she's campaigned at. She's a multiple division champion, undisputed champion several times, or twice at that. And Savannah Marshall holds the WBO title for her division, and she's ready to unify and beat Claressa Shields in the pro ranks this time. She's so sure that she's going to be, that she's able to defeat Claressa Shields, and that she has the formula to defeat her, dating back to her victory over during their amateur days. Claressa Shields is a different boxer, and that was the intrigue behind this matchup. If you thought Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor was huge, was massive, was such a big mega fight, this one is at the same level, if not bigger. And the co-main event for Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor, if you think back to that fight, was an undisputed title fight, a unification title fight between Franchon Cruz-Dezurn and Elin Cederus. And that was for all the titles at 168, where Franchon Cruz-Dezurn came out victorious and became the women's Canelo, the undisputed champ at 168 for women, whereas Canelo is the undisputed champ for men at that same division. This card had a co-main event that was possibly on the verge of stealing the show and stealing the eyes from the main event. That is the matchup between Michaela Mayer and Alicia Baumgartner, where they have been nonstop jabbing and jawing at each other since Baumgartner derailed Michaela Mayer's plans of facing Terry Harper. Baumgartner knocked out Terry Harper in crazy fashion, left her standing on her feet, dazed and confused, with the ref having to step in. Baumgartner took that title and derailed those plans for Michaela Mayer momentarily, because Michaela Mayer's idea back then was to come have a big fight, or fly over to London and have a big fight in the UK. Alicia Baumgartner derailed those plans momentarily, and then everything wrapped around to where they end up becoming the co-main event for Shields Marshall in London at the O2 Arena. And Michaela Mayer gets her wish of being able to fight for unification, or fight to unify titles in her division in London, this time against Alicia Baumgartner. the heavy-hitting Alicia Baumgartner versus the more elusive style of Michaela Mayer. And the intrigue was all behind that fight and, of course, the main event. We'll have to wait a little bit longer. It looks like it'll be about a month and a week or so that we'll have to wait, give or take. Let's hope that the provisional date becomes a set, confirmed date, and then we'll have a massive weekend, October 15th and 16th, here in 4 to 5 weeks' time. So, too bad it got canceled due to the passing of the Queen, but of course, out of respect, sporting events and any other major event were put aside out of respect of and in mourning and in remembrance of Queen Elizabeth II. So I'll leave you guys with that. And no, you didn't miss the fight. In case you were curious, hey, what happened this past weekend? Who won the fight? This and that. Well, there were bigger news, bigger fish to fry, and well, we got to take a step back in the sport of boxing for a weekend and a week of remembrance for such a high-profile figure that was, and meaningful figure for the UK at that. Not sure why I'm freezing on that. So our condolences, our respects to those affected by the passing of Queen Elizabeth II, of course, and in such a time of remembrance, and our cheers go out, our hugs, our prayers go out to the UK boxing fans in mourning, and I'll be touching base with you guys here in the coming days as now we're going to move forward and prepare for Canelo Triple G. I'll be putting that episode out here in a few days' time. So thank you guys again for tuning in, and I'll keep you guys posted. Keep more content coming your way. Thank you guys for listening and for your support and for your downloads, and continue spreading the word. And I'll talk to you all soon. Salud. Take care.